The Chris Stigall Show. Talk Radio 1210. WPHT.
In Trump, we trust. You gotta think she's got an extra spring in her step, a little more swagger than even usual for Ann Coulter. A woman who, by all accounts, when the book rolled out, I think everybody kind of wondered, I don't know, is this a wise career move for her to write all these bestsellers and then bank on this one man, Donald Trump? And now look what's happening out there. Everything has swung in Trump's favor lately, and here she is back, and she comes to town tomorrow night with us again. Another sold-out event. It's Ann Coulter. Good morning.
Good morning. I can't wait. Thank you so much for doing another event.
Well, it's another sellout, and we've actually released a few more tickets because this venue we could pack it, but it gets sort of silly at some point. There's so many people. We arbitrarily always cap it at like 500 people, and then we decided, well, if more people want to come, what the hell?
Yay, more. No, I love the Philadelphia crowd. We have a great, remember the one, Adios America? What an amazing audience that was.
That was out in Phoenixville, and we had so much fun. Did you know we're counter-programming Trump, though, tomorrow night? Did you know he's going to be in Philadelphia?
Oh, that's fantastic.
At the same hour.
Oh, but you should come to see me. You'll never get in to see Trump. Plus, you can see him online, but you should definitely see him online.
We just had Eric on a minute ago, and I told him because he's coming to town with his dad, and I said we're counter programming you across town with Ann Coulter. He didn't seem to mind.
No, I don't think they do.
I got to say to you, honestly, the last time you and I talked and you just launched this book, that was when everybody was kind of wondering what he was doing on immigration. Remember that? And even you kind of for a second kind of went, I'm not sure what's going down. From that point to today, look at how millennials have fallen off from Hillary. Look at how Hispanics have fallen off from Hillary. I mean, she looks a mess. I mean, I know you're not supposed to say it, but I'm very sincere when I say apolitical. She does not look well, Ann. She's just vanished from the scene for whole days at a time.
No, I know, and the most, she collapsed at the 9/11 ceremony, and the whole thing is suspicious when she comes bounding out of Chelsea's apartment a few hours later, and the story is she has pneumonia. There's no bounding with pneumonia.
No.
But I mean, it's sad. She looks like an old, sick woman. So I'm not making fun of her, but what that 9/11 collapse did was, I think the few remaining shreds of credibility the media had at that point are gone. They had spent the previous month. I mean, she's coughing up a lung every place she goes. These 10-minute coughing jags, we know. I mean, it's a fact, an indisputable fact, printed even in the Hillary broadsheet, the New York Times, that she had a blood clot that went up to her brain, that she took months, either 2 months according to her doctor, 6 months according to Bill Clinton, to recover from that. All these things, she fell and had a concussion. All of these are known facts, and you have these coughing jags. People start raising questions about her health, and the entire media responds by saying, oh, it's alt-right, it's a conspiracy theory, you're sexist. And then she collapses. At the 9/11 ceremony. The video of her collapsing, walking into, being dragged into the van and her shoe falling off, that video would not have been available to us. This was another John Edwards media cover-up, but for a private citizen who happened to be standing there with a cell phone.
And do you think that moment, I do personally, I think that moment may have been fatal to her campaign. You agree or disagree? Or is that too overly optimistic?
I think she's fatal to her campaign. And I mean, we'll see what happens. I've always thought Trump is the candidate I've been waiting to run for president my entire life, mostly on immigration, which even if he were bad on the issues, other issues, as long as he's good on immigration, that is the most important issue. But in fact, it's like a miracle. He's fantastic on every issue. The only problem people have with him is his personality. But, when the American settlers sent the scouts off across the ridge to tell us if there are Sioux on the other side, and they come roaring back and tell us there are 6,000 Indians waiting for you, nobody criticized their horsemanship. They didn't check the grammar. And that's where America is right now. People like Trump for the issues, and I'd also say that the media has thrown everything they have at Trump for the past, more than a year now. Hitler, KKK, racist, everything they can find about him, every lie they can tell about him has been told. I don't think they have anything left in their arsenal. And now I've been thinking about this. I mean, the debates are going to be nonstop gotcha questions. The nuclear triad that nobody cares about and has nothing to do with anything. Maybe a talking snowman. And they'll all say he lost and denounce him after the debate. It doesn't matter. Even if he blows some huge gotcha question, the only hurdle Trump has to cross now is to not be Hitler.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. When Lester Holt, and he will, and she will, Mr. Trump, the Prime Minister of Japan, you know him, right? His name, please? Gives him one of those. How does Trump, seriously, what would you advise Trump to say in a situation like that?
I'd advise him to say, look, I just call it for what it is. Say, I know you love these gotcha questions, but I want to talk about what's important now. We've lost 10 million manufacturing jobs in this country. We're having to live with terrorism in New Jersey and New York and San Bernardino and Orlando as a normal part of life, and none of our politicians will do anything about it. I want to talk about something that's important. Let's talk about Kate Steinle. I'd come after them aggressively that way. But even if he doesn't, notice that the media has been furious at itself on 3 occasions over the last week, maybe a little more than a week. Number one, they were horrified by that brute alpha male force of nature, Matt Lauer. He was too tough on poor Hillary. She's just a girl, and you softballs with Donald Trump, which of course was nonsense if anyone watches it. Number 2, Jimmy Fallon, who mussed Trump's hair. That was such a charming moment.
Yes, it was.
And number 3, when Trump tricked them into covering one of his speeches live. It's hilarious that the media is indignant. How dare you force us to cover one of 2 major presidential candidates? Okay, now why is that? Because on those 3 occasions, people got to see Trump live, and it doesn't matter what he says. He's a really sweet person, and the mussing of the hair, if you have not seen that, listeners, it's a short clip. Go look at it online. He's really sweet, and he's charming, and he has a nice personality. And again, for the past year, they've been telling us this guy is Hitler.
Yeah, well, and that's just it. And the left is furious at Fallon because they feel he humanized him, and it's
it's impossible not to, because he's human, but he's more than human. I think the nicer person tends to win presidential elections. That has certainly been true. Just even where you might say it's a little bit close, it's obvious, Obama versus McCain. But even Bush was a very charming person. I kind of hate the Bush family today, but leaving that aside, he has a charming personality. Gore did not. Trump is a charming person.
Yeah, and Hillary clearly is not. She's never been trusted. She's never been liked. Even for partisans, she's not liked.
No, that's right. She's a dreary person.
And I can't. I'm sorry. I know it's not. It's gauche and it's rude and it's all those things. And Trump shouldn't address it. But where is she? She took how many days off in August, Ann? That's unprecedented. We're 48 days away, and she's taking whole days off to vanish while he does 3 and 4 rallies at a time.
I know. I know he has more energy than anyone I've ever seen. I've been obsessed with this guy since, June 16th, 2015, and just lying in bed trying to watch his speeches live on the internet. I'm exhausted.
Well, tomorrow night we're going to be out there in Sewell, just across the river on the other side of in New Jersey. So we're actually going to try to forage into New Jersey for the first time with you, Ann. We've never done that before, and it's a sellout again. In Trump We Trust. We released a few more seats and books, and here's what we did for this. Are you ready? I've issued special I'm Deplorable buttons.
Excellent.
We will be handing them out of the basket And when you walk to the door at the arena, at the Investors Bank Arena there, we will be handing out I'm Deplorable buttons to everybody that walks through.
Oh, that's fantastic.
How about the basket of deplorables? Was that a fatal moment? I know you said she's fatal, but that and then the collapsing in the same weekend.
Yes, the deplorable line, I mean, besides it just being ugly and indicative of where the Democratic Party is now, I mean, they've just decided, oh, well, white people, you're a declining demographic. We're going to treat every ethnic grievance group as if they're NARAL, Planned Parenthood. We are down with them. We will, every terrorist attack, we will deny it's a Muslim. When it turns out to be a Muslim, we'll rush out to say, don't be Islamophobic. I mean, this is the ugly side of, as I describe, and in Trump we trust. It has become part of the liberal narrative that Americans are the worst people in the world, and the sooner we replace ourselves with anyone else in the world, the better this country will be. So she let that out, and the surprising thing was that the media and the audience there thought it was delightful that she said that. I mean, as I said in my column last week, would Hillary tell us what percentage of Muslims are deplorable? They never would.
No.
They never would about anyone but Americans.
Tomorrow night, we're going to get into this, and I have 1,000 more questions, as I know the audience will too. And you take questions from everybody. That's what makes it so great.
I love that.
Yeah, so bring your questions. I have plenty more. We're going to have a long-form discussion with Ann Coulter tomorrow night on stage. Investors Bank Performing Arts Center in Sewell. CBSPhilly.com/speaker series. $22 get you in. Trump We Trust. A ticket to the event and the I'm Deplorable button. See you tomorrow night, Annie.
See you tomorrow night, Chris. Bye-bye.
The Chris Stigall Show. Talk Radio 1210. WPHT.